he's like, yo, you could buy it off of me. I'm like, man, well, tell me how much you want for it. He was like, man, just go research the juicer and come back and tell me. All right. just go research the juicer and give me an offer. So I go home and I research the juicer and I come back and he's like, just give me 40 bucks for it. I'm like, 40 bucks? Oh, it's on and popping. So I slid him the 40 bucks and it was on and popping. So the juicer was it's called a Jack Lalanne juicer. And I had never heard of the guy before, Jack Lalanne or whatever. And so I, upon my own research, I found out, he's a health guru. And, once again, I'm gonna drop a link on Jack Lalanne so you could find out his story. But this dude lived to almost 100 years old or whatever, So this is his brand, the Jack Lalanne juicer. And I'll post that down there. So I get to the house and I'm just like, I'm enthused, I'm like really ready to put in my days. But I did a modified version of what I had seen on the Joe Cocker video on the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. So what I was doing, I still ate one meal a day. I ate one meal a day, but I juiced for the rest of the day. And man, when I tell you, I melted so much fat away without even lifting a barbell, not even walking a mile, not doing anything. The weight just, just started dropping whoa. So in about 3 weeks, I lost to 20 pounds. 3 weeks, I had lost 20 pounds. And I was going in. I was really going in. And everybody kept on asking me, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I told them, yo, I'm juicing. I was making juices and giving people samples, and they was like, oh man, oh, this is fire. Oh, I never, oh, whoa. So I kept that going. So towards, that was, let me backtrack. That was 2012. So December 2000, I had never heard of the guy before, Jack Lalanne or whatever. And so I, upon my own research, I found out, he's a health guru. And, once again, I'm gonna drop a link on Jack Lalanne so you could find out his story. But this dude lived to almost 100 years old or whatever, So this is his brand, the Jack Lalanne juicer. And I'll post that down there. So I get to the house and I'm just I'm enthused, I'm really ready to put in my days. But I did a modified version of what I had seen on the Joe Cocker video on the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. So what I was doing, I still ate one meal a day. I ate one meal a day, but I juiced for the rest of the day. And man, when I tell you, I melted so much fat away without even lifting a barbell, not even walking a mile, not doing anything. The weight just, just started dropping whoa. So in about 3 weeks, I lost to 20 pounds. 3 weeks, I had lost 20 pounds. And I was going in. I was really going in. And everybody kept on asking me, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I told them, yo, I'm juicing. I was making juices and giving people samples, and they was like, oh man, oh, this is fire. Oh, I never, oh, whoa. So I kept that going. So towards, that was, let me backtrack. That was 2012. So December 2000, no. That's, I think hold on. Let me get my dates here. 2012, no, so that's 2011, as a matter of fact. That's 2011 that everything was pretty much going on. So yeah, forgive my dates because it's big. It's a big transition that's about to happen in 2012. So 2011, I ended out 2011, and of course it went from the vanity of just me wanting to lose the weight to like I was actually learning about the food process, about the process of the foods in America versus other places in the world. I was doing a lot of reading, and like I said, I was still in school at the time, and I came across this book that was in my class, but this book also popped up on one of the documentaries that I was watching. So Netflix has a lot of like documentaries and informational videos. If you don't know, just go check that out. Documentaries like Food Inc., Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, Knife Over Fork, just a lot of different food videos. And it just breaks it down, like how wicked our food system is. So anyway, long story short, so I'm watching these videos, and the book that I was currently reading, which is, mind you, is my school textbook. It was in my English class. The same book was referenced in the videos, and it basically talked about the cancer rates in America versus other places in the world, and why we having cancer at such a higher rate than everybody else in the world, and talked about processed foods and the whole shebang. But anyway, I'm not gonna, like I said, all this stuff, you could just Google it, go on Netflix, and you could find all the information. This is just a brief, not even a brief, but just a little insight into my story. All the stuff that I'm saying, you could just go on YouTube, you could go on Netflix, and you could find all the stuff. I don't want to explain everything about every video that I encountered. So anyway, 2012, I go on this cruise. 2011, I go on this cruise, and everything that I had learned about the food process, about the system, was manifesting itself right in front of me on this particular cruise. Everything was like horrible. Like all the food to me was just like nasty. The only thing that I ate on that cruise ship was at the time was pastrami sandwiches that I ordered on the room service. That was the only thing that I really ate that had meat on it. Like even for the captain's ball, if you guys have been on a cruise before, the fancy restaurants, I couldn't stomach none of the food, and it was horrible. The food was nasty, and you could tell that they didn't put love and care into the food. It was just like, here, I know you guys are gonna go ahead and just move it out, just wasteful, right? So I'm looking at the menu, and I come across this vegan dish that was on the menu, and it seemed to have been on every single menu for every single restaurant that was on the ship. So I ended up eating, and it was a Indian tandoori vegetarian dish, right? So that was the only thing that I could eat inside the restaurants because everything was so nasty. So I ended up just eating all these Indian vegetarian dishes or vegan dishes or whatever. So I was just like, man, I couldn't wait to get off the ship. It was a Caribbean cruise, so I couldn't wait to get off the ship. First thing we did, we hit the Caribbean, market, fresh fish. We hit the Caribbean restaurants, fresh food, and I was like, see, now I can tell the difference, because ain't nothing Caribbean boy, ain't nothing gonna be wasted. So the food was bomb. You could tell the difference, that how everything was fresh, everything was right, everything was like A1. So I got back on the ship like, man, I had officially made up my mind, like, I'm not doing this no more to myself, not to my body, no more. I can't do it. So we got off the cruise like December 16th or something like that, or whatever. It was a couple more days to my birthday, December 21, OG Sagittarius. And so I'm sitting at the house and I'm just like, I'm about to go vegan. Forget it. I'm done with all this. So December 31st, 2011, going into 2012, I had my last piece of meat, which was from Louisiana chicken. I had a breast, some chicken fried rice, and a chicken egg roll. Everything chicken, you know. That was my last meal, and I couldn't even finish that. That was my last meal. Coming into 2012, I went cold turkey. Cold turkey. I was just like, I started that vegan life. Mind you, I was still juicing this whole time. I was still losing weight this whole time. So 2012, it was pound vegan life ever since. And then, you know, the rest is history. I'm where I'm at right now. Even though I went back to eating fish, I'm still pretty much a plant-based eater. I don't eat fish every day. I don't eat seafood every day. It's I just don't. So I'm still pretty much like plant-based. I'm a plant-based eater. So it's more to being a vegan than just eating plants, you know. And we wonder, you know, people ask the question, why are there so many fat vegans? You know, there are a bunch of unhealthy vegans. Not that I want to call them unhealthy, but it is what it is. They eat a lot of processed foods. Like, for me, I have a little stomach on me, but that's where it ends. And that's been my greatest battle. I had completely lost the stomach at one point, but then I went back to, you know, old ways of eating, you know, not eating like junk, not eating meat per se, but like, you know, chips, candies, you know, cakes. I love cakes. I love pastries. You know, anybody know me, you know, they know I love my pastries. I love my bread, my rice and beans. Hold on one second. Yeah, I love my cakes. I love my pastries. I love all that type of stuff. And on top of that, I'm not consistent in my exercise. So consistency is what really makes the difference on the way your body looks and the way your body feels. I'm not consistent in my exercise. Good morning. I'm not consistent in my exercise, and I think that's my biggest downfall, is that I'm not consistent on my exercise. Like, I'll go good for like 2-3 months and then I'll just fall off. I'll get to a point that I like and then I just fall off, not knowing that I need to maintain it. You know, I'll do a vegan challenge and then I like the progress and then I just fall off. So consistency. The only thing that I've been consistent on is the fact that I don't eat meat. That's the only thing. So anyway, guys, that's a little bit of my journey. I think I've already smashed out. This is a mile, so I walked a mile already. Just telling you guys my journey, and I hope that this helps you and give you a little bit of insight into why I'm trying to help my community and why I'm trying to help humanity on a whole, because from what I've learned, it's not a war against just us. Even though we feel the brunt of it, it's a war against the people, the have-nots. You know, the 1%ers don't care about what we got going. And if the whole world will wake up and see that, things will be better. That's a part of the Great Divide. But you know, I'm gonna fight for my people. So anybody else that catch this right here, this is for you too. You know what I mean? We all should be fighting against this one wicked system. So anyway, It is a food war. It's a food war, and it's a health war. I'm not about to be pumping myself with no vaccinations. This is why I'm posting immune boosting juices. Drink your turmeric, drink your ginger. You know, there are other roots and herbs out there. You know, if you really truly care about your health, you'll get into researching that. Drink your fresh juices, get your vitamin C, just boost up your immunity. You know, let that be your defense. You know, we don't know what they're putting into these vaccines. And I've learned, and history shows, never take the first one. You know, you're gonna be a guinea pig taking the first of anything. Let them try and test it on their own community first, and then come and tell me that it's good. We as Africans, we've been tested enough. So I'm not about to let them test me with no vaccine. I've never, ever in my life, never taken a flu shot. So if I've never in my life taken a flu shot, I'm not taking no other shot that I don't have to. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, Juicing with Jay, and I'll catch you on the next one. Each one teach one, and I'm out.